pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hey gems, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi! I'm real glad you clicked on this video. I've got something in my mouth. That was weird. Okay, so I haven't posted in a little over a week and I never do that. But I wanted to get my vanity set up in my bedroom, so I did, and I'm still figuring out the lighting and the camera and all that with it. So if you have any, anything to say, any feedback about this setup or anything during this video, would you please comment down below so I know? Okay, in this video, I am going to be using a brand new set of brushes, the Blinged brushes, and talking about all of that. We use every single one of those brushes. I'm going to put on the screen any additional information that I think you might want. And then I also go into the Neutrogena Zendo palette for the first time. I'm actually going to do a separate video on this palette, just so you know. This is all about bling brushes and where I got them and all that fun stuff. So if that's something that you are interested in, then keep foundation on, brows done. Now we're going to move to the concealer brush, and this is the E4. It's so beautiful. I just love the way that these actually glisten and just shine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put on some concealer. We are going to use the Tarte Glow one first, and this one here is in the shade Dream. So instead of using a beauty blender, we could use the sponge that's on the opposite side of that, but I want to try out these brushes, so we're going to go ahead and use this. This brush has a lot of control, which is a good thing. And that simply means that you have control over it. The bristles are not flopping anywhere. Okay, now we want to put on a concealer. I am going to take my sponge and just kind of press that in a little bit. All right, let me grab the concealer. Go in with that concealer brush. Bring it down. Really great for a cut crease. Okay, so you can really apply your concealer with that brush underneath the eye, but I would recommend taking the sponge over it to make sure because it's not pressing it into the skin, it's just moving it around. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've got my glow wand, I've got my glow wand, and I've got my concealer on. I want to go in with Jaclyn's brightening powders. So here's what I'm going to do here. I am going to take the light banana and the caramel on a sponge real quick and kind of press that in. Liquid and cream, yeah, the F2, which is this brush here. Loving that. I'm going to go into my NARS bronzer, dip this brush in, and I'm going to start here, bring it to where the eye is, the end of the eye right there, and stop. Now the F3 is the contour brush, so I'm going to go ahead and go into my NARS bronzing powder with the F3. And what we're going to do is begin to blend the powder and the cream together. Ooh, this brush is good. I'm liking that. Oh wow. Okay, so the way that the brushes are, they're picking up a lot of product, but they blend out pretty seamlessly. I'm like loving that. Holy jeez. Way to go, Paige. All right, So now we've got the blush brush, which I believe is the F4, and it's angled here. They're super soft. All right, so what are we gonna do for blush? Let's go in with, I think I've only got, no, you know what? I've got Patrick Ta, and I'm considering I'm gonna use the Zendo palette today. Let's go ahead and go in with Patrick Ta, She's Sincere. And apple of the cheeks and back. Ooh, look at that. Okay. And I wasn't so sure about these brushes. Okay. Wow. You can really see the difference. Okay, cool. All right, so now I want to, we've got a highlight brush, and then we've got our eye brushes, the large powder brush. Yes, let's go in with the large powder brush, which is the F1, and this is what it looks like here. And then let's go in with Jaclyn's translucent powder. Ooh, this brush feels good. Okay, that's a really good brush. All right. The F5 is the highlight brush, and we can go ahead and actually use that now. I'll go in with Champagne Pop. That should go with any look. This is a really different kind of brush. Oh wow. Okay, so it picks up the color nicely. And it definitely makes it to where I don't have to blend this out with a sponge unless I want to, because you see, you know how like when you put highlight on, you kind of see that like line with the brushes that, you know, are made for highlight. Well, this one here actually blends it as it's putting it down. Do you see the difference? Because it's such a thicker brush that I don't have to go over it. And it's just like the glow is just there. I hope you guys can pick that up on camera. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, that is super cool. All right, so now we're going to try out the Zendo palette. This is the new Natasha Denona palette. I was not going to get this, and then I had seen a lot of you comment that you wanted me to get it and review it. So that is what we're going to do. I really like the outline of this. You've got your greens, you've got your like almost like a bluish kind of, and then you've got golds, and I can just put it on the screen so you guys can see that. The names are on there, and then we've got these wonderful brushes to try out. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm going to go in and we're going to go over these brushes. We've got a blender, a packer. I love the name packer because that's, you guys know I need a packing brush, and you guys are like, what's a packing brush? So the E5, this one here is the packing brush, and this one looks like it's going to be good. You can really tell as the more you get into makeup and the more you get into brushes and using items, even if they're new, you can tell what's going to work and what's not. All right, we have got, let's go in with Balance. Okay, so there's a little bit of kick up, but these brushes pick up the product very well. Okay, yeah, see? Woo-hoo-hoo! That is crazy right there. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? That's like insane. I want to tap off my brush. So I'm just going to pack this color in here, and then we're going to go ahead and blend. The E3 is the blender. So without putting anything on it, I'm just going to go over that color that I laid down, which was Balance, and we're going to blend it in. I feel like there's a lot of control. Look at how easily it is blending out that eyeshadow. Wow. Look at the difference. That's insane. There's a lot of control over these brushes. which is going to make it so much easier. You can do your eye look so much quicker. Wow. Oh my goodness. I am like super shocked. This just may end up being my new favorite brushes. Light and neutral. Just going to put a little bit right here. Take the other side of this brush. And yeah, this has a lot of control and makes it easier to lay down that concealer. That is perfect. I am loving that. I have to go above my crease a little bit because I want my eyes to look bigger. And this is making it very easy to do it. I'm like in awe. Wow, that is really cool. And then we've got our packing brush that we're going to use to pack some color in here. We're going to use the other side of this packing brush, and we're going to go in, what should we do? Let's go in with Yama. Okay, there's some kick up. And we're going to just press that color in here. And really build. Right now I'm taking the color Tranquil and just placing it down on my lid towards the outer part, right in the crease there. It's a super pretty color. For some reason they're a little bit lighter than what I thought they were going to be. And again, this is the packing brush that I'm using. Okay, so we got that. Now we have our blender. Okay, now let me see. I really like Mindful. I'm gonna dip this into Mindful. It's a nice dark, like brown. I want some matte out here, so we're just gonna kind of place that in and flick it towards the crease. I love that. Wow. I'm not used to brushes putting that much pigment on my eyes at once. That's pretty crazy. Okay. I'm going to go in with E2 or E1? E1 is an angled shader. And we're just going to kind of blend this out. Didn't put anything on that brush, I'm just blending. That's crazy. Crazy insane right there. E6 is the smudger, and it looks like the you can use this for your eyeliner or just using a shadow as an eyeliner if you wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and dip this into how about we try Aura. Oh wow, this brush picked up a ton of product. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. Make sure you're tapping off your brushes. Whew. I'm at the point where I want to put on some liner. So let me do that. I gotta show you this because this is an important part. I'm going to take this concealer brush, this E4, and I decided to do a wing, so I am actually going to change the way that I'm doing my eyeshadow. And I never put like concealer right where I'm end up going to need it. I put it underneath because that was a lot. You don't want too much product underneath the wing, but I'm going to clean everything up. So I start by doing this. and then I go ahead and move it up. So this way, when it does sharpen my wing, there's not too much product there and you can't tell. It just looks like it belongs there. And usually I'll take like a wipe or a little bit of makeup remover before I do this, but the brush picks up so much product and moves it around so much that I don't need to. It's going to cover it nicely, and the brush is just going to work good. Now I did put a little bit much concealer over here, more, but that's okay because it's blending in nicely. I just like to make sure that my wings look perfect. Okay, let me go ahead and grab my sponge, put that in, and then I am going to take this brush, E7, that I haven't used yet, and I'm going to put it in, actually, you know what? I'm going to take the angled brush. Make sure there's nothing on this. You definitely have to wipe off these brushes because they pick up a lot of the product. Okay, which is not a bad thing. Just go easy on it. All right, so this is Jaclyn's Beaming Light and Extra, and I'm just gonna put that up here. Oof, I love this highlight. It's by far my favorite. Look at that, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit and put it on the inner corner. And we're gonna swipe it up, do that little swoopity boopity thing, and pull it down. I like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do some mascara off camera, and I may end up, you know what, let's go in with scents. This is like a gorgeous color, and I feel like we need more underneath here. Now there isn't a stiffy in this collection, but this here can mimic it, the angled brush, where you would just stamp down the color and then go back in and blend it. And I know there was a crease brush in here. I seen it. I think I seen it. No, there's not. I wonder if the E7, this one here, angled liner and brow. Really? The E7? Oh no. This says E7, but it shows this guy. Oh, whoa, wait a minute here. Okay, so I think this might have been messed up, because this looks like the E6 and this looks like the E7. Huh. Okay. Well, we can use this for underneath. I'm not going to add any color. And it's definitely working to smoke that out. Alright, so I put my lashes on and I'm done. What do you guys think? Alright, so you want to know my opinion? I'm going to actually do a separate video on the Zendo palette, so this way I can give you completely, I do like it though, but I want to use the blues in there. So we're going to talk about these brushes here. Now, when I got them, of course, they look stunning, right? But they feel light. And I was like, okay, all right. So let's go ahead and look. You can actually see where they hand put each gem. And of course, they're not like in a perfect line. They're just placed on there. So it still looks really elegant, but you can see a tiny bit of what the brush looks underneath it. Okay. And I'm quite surprised because they were very light. To hold them, they feel good. There's nothing here, like, even though it's raised, it doesn't like bother you or anything like that. And each brush has control to it. I'm kind of shocked. Now let me show you another brush that really doesn't have as much control. And this has a purpose, okay? They usually, almost all of them do. Now, cheaper ones, they're made cheaper, and if that was this, I'd tell you, but that's definitely not this. These brushes were pretty expensive. I got them on sale. I also used code Paige and got an additional 10% off. But you've got your powder brush here. This worked super well. And you've got your eye brushes, which each one of them we used, plus the concealer brush. Again, this laid down everything nicely, and it had so much control that I was able to do an easy cut crease, so that worked out well. Then we've got your packing, your blending brush. All of these worked well, and they picked up a lot of the color, so it was easier to blend, and I didn't have to worry about packing on, or building up. And I think this has to do with these brushes. Now, the contour brush, the face brush, the cream brush, all of them worked excellent, and I was really shocked at the highlighter brush, because this here, it looks like a brush that would really end up putting a lot of, it almost looks like you would use this for blush, but to be perfectly honest with you, it blended in seamlessly, the highlighter, that I didn't have to go back over it with a sponge. So overall, I really do like these brushes. I got the 12-piece set to start off with, and I was inspired because Paige actually has a collaboration with them. She's got her own brushes and she's got her own sponges, which I'm absolutely in love with, and I definitely want to try those. She recommended it. That's the reason I got it, and I absolutely love them. I will definitely give you guys updates. If you have any questions for me, put that down in the comments below. I will also leave their website in case you want to check that out. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm really, really glad I was able to get these brushes. I've been wanting them for a long time. Paige did her collaboration, I think it was November of last year, so I finally got them. They were on sale. They're not on sale often. So, and then when I did sign up with my email, they sent me a 15% off coupon for the next time I buy. So I thought that was kind of cool. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. I love you. I will see you real soon in another video. Bye.